All right, good evening, everyone. We're going to call this meeting to order because it's 7 o'clock. Please let the record show that all members are in attendance with the exception of Mrs. Browning, who is at the hospital with COVID. We're all happy about that. At this time, if everyone would stand, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, at this time, everybody has been given a copy of the minutes to review. Does anybody have any additions or corrections to offer? If not, we'll let those stand as presented. Mr. Hedrick, do you have claims to present?
Yes, I would like to approve all claims and payroll as submitted.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the claims and payrolls. I have a second from Mr. Omer. Anyone have any questions on the claims? If not, all in favor, raise your right hand. 6-0. Okay, moving on, no donations. We'll go into our information report. Mr. Frank.
First information report item we have tonight is to recognize our staff members of the month. We have a program that's sponsored by a big injury law firm, and Tim Cochran has stepped up and helps us out with that. So our first staff member is Steve Tolliver, who's a bus driver. Steve, yeah, there's Steve. And he's been nominated by our transportation director, Kevin Byer, and Kevin writes, Steve hired in with the school as a bus driver in 2021. He worked for a contractor before. Steve has gone out of his way to help cover routes this school year when needed due to our driver shortage. When we are needing to cover a route last minute, he is one of the first drivers to step up and help out. Thank you so much, Steve. Next, we have a teacher, Sydney Huff, an English teacher at Washington High School, and she's been nominated by the principal, Mr. Holland, and he writes, Mrs. Huff is an English teacher at Washington High School. She also is the student council sponsor. She has taken on the leadership role for the Hatchet Gold Mentoring Program. Mrs. Huff is a dedicated teacher. She has established relationships with students by gaining their trust. She is truly passionate about her role as a teacher and mentor to students. Mrs. Huff is always willing to help out, whether it is with the students or the school. She puts in a lot of hours preparing for student council. She is the driving force behind the Hatchet Gold Mentoring Program and all the organization behind the scenes. She is a positive role model for students. She truly goes above and beyond the call of duty for Washington High School. Thank you, Mrs. Huff. And finally, we have Kim Wood of Sodexo Food Services, and she's been nominated by the Food Services Director, Mr. Evan Lips. And Evan writes, Kim Wood started with us as a cook. She took over as the site manager at Primary 3 years ago. She has quickly become one of our best leaders. Her staff is passionate and efficient, which comes directly from her leading by example. Kim works well with the faculty and staff, and Primary is always the first to volunteer to assist the food service, even at other buildings if needed. She is a member of our safety committee and has assisted with summer meals and catering. Congratulations on a well-deserved recognition. Thank you, Kim.
Absolutely. Thank you. Adjust. Thank you.
Moving on with our information report. A couple of weeks ago, Mr. Holland and myself met with Megan Noling, our ag teacher, and what I would describe as a very passionate group of parents and other supporters for our ag program. And if you follow our board meetings or if you were here last month, we had a work session where we had the Shoals ag teacher come over and just share, basically just provide, some inspiration for what can be done. And so following that meeting, we had a meeting with the parent group and came up with some ideas, and I think they've taken it a little bit further. And so we have Brent Shuckman here that's going to share with the board basically a proposed plan for moving forward and building our ag program into something special.
Thanks for letting me speak.
Yeah.
Kyle, would you put 10 minutes on the clock, please? Give me a 2-minute warning, all right? Okay, so this is just a follow-up to Mr. Kent's presentation that he gave in the previous meeting about the Shoals Ag Program. Like Mr. Frank said, we have assembled an advisory committee. Some people call it a booster club. It's a group of about a half a dozen parents and ag professionals that are going to help us organize these goals, which all the board members have. Hopefully I can get to those. And it's been a really good group, a lot of great ideas. And, one thing they talked about was people have tried to do this before, build up the ag program, FFA, ag program, construction class. That's what we're trying to build up. And they've tried to do this in the past and they haven't been able to get anywhere. But I'm telling you, Mr. Holland and Mr. Frank have been really good to listen to our ideas. And it's been really exciting about what we could create here. So I want to talk about why we're doing this, what we expect from you in the school, and what you can expect from us. First, why are we doing this? Okay, so when we had our service for Cooper, our son, we asked people to donate money to the FFA in lieu of flowers, in lieu of trinkets, wind chimes. We just wanted money for the FFA because that's what Cooper loved. He loved the FFA. He loved Miss Nowling. He loved the construction class. So we wanted to help those people with that money. Well, it turns out, I thought we'd give maybe a $1,500 check to the FFA. It turns out it was a lot of money. We had a lot of generous donations. So we thought, well, we'll give a scholarship. Well, we don't want to help just one person. We want to help the whole group, the whole ag group. So we partnered with our community foundation. We started a fund, the Cooper Shuckman Memorial FFA and Ag Fund. And so there was a lot of money that was donated. And then after we created the fund, there was a lot more money donated. So that's when our wheels started turning. We talked to Mr. Kent at Shoals, and that's our goal. That's our dream. We want to build this up. Okay, what we expect from the school. We just want you to support the program. And I just said it's been great so far. All the support from the administration, even people on the street, they've been a lot of support. We expect the guidance counselors to recruit and assign students to these courses that want to be there. We do not want this program to be a catch-all for students that have nowhere else to go or need to be hidden. We expect that from the guidance counselors. We expect when it comes to budget time that you maintain or increase the budget for this program. We don't want, this to turn into, well, Brant, Cal, and Cooper are going to take care of the ag program. That's not what we want. We want a partnership. So what can you expect from us? You can expect us to invest in the program. Now, the thing that you really want to hear is we're not asking for money. We're not asking for any money. That's what we want to do. So I think you can be excited about that. You can expect us to invest in the program, and we're also going to invest in Miss Nowling. We want to help her in leadership classes, any kind of classes to help her build this program. We can help her do that. You can expect us to hold Miss Nowling accountable, and you can expect us to make sure the kids work hard. This is not going to be a free ride. These programs need to be sustainable, and the kids need to work at it. That's our goal. So I'm doing pretty good.
You're doing great.
5 minutes?
You got all the time in the world, baby.
Okay.
You're not getting cut off tonight.
Okay. So the goals, short-term goals. Number one, we want to promote the FFA and the ag class throughout the school system. We can visit junior high students, collaborate with other school groups, especially the construction class. We want to get them involved. And we want to get them engaged in greenhouse projects. That's one of the things we talked about during the last meeting. Expand the current ag room. We need more space. If we're going to get this done, we need more space. The first thing is Miss Nowling's office currently still houses some old audiovisual communication equipment. We need to get that out of there so she can have an office in the ag classroom. The welding shop, we've got some professionals that are going to come in, that volunteer their time, come in and get an inventory of all the equipment in that welding shop, so we can get that organized and ready for improvement in the welding section. What I call the ag shop, which is where the overhead door is, the garage. We need to get that cleaned out. We already have someone that's Brandon Hess has donated a small tractor, so we can get that tractor in there and they can mechanic on the tractor and learn preventative maintenance, oil changes. So I need to talk to the basketball coach to get the basketball goals out of there. We're going to have to find another place for the basketball goals. So that's expand the area that we can work in. We are wanting to build a greenhouse on the old tennis court area that is no longer being used for vegetable garden projects, mom fundraiser projects. We want to involve the construction class in building that greenhouse, and we can buy the materials to build raised beds. The construction class can build those for us, and then hopefully when they get good at it, they can actually sell those raised beds to other people and make money. The tennis courts, if we're allowed, would be perfect just because there's a fence around it, security reasons. Nobody could bother the greenhouse, and there's plenty of room. There's all kinds of opportunities there for the ag class to use that. Again, professional development, leadership training for Ms. Nowling. We want to support her in that, and anything that she can do to get new ideas and help the program. We're willing to give the funds for her to continue her education there. Long-term goals: increase enrollment by 50%. Again, promoting through all school levels. And this is something that the Booster Club or Advisory Committee, kind of opened my eyes to this. I just wanted to go do and get things so the kids could have fun. And the Advisory Committee says, wait a minute, we need to worry about their secondary education of, develop a curriculum that aligns with Vincennes University Ag Program degrees, talk about dual credits, all that stuff, that we can help with the kids, develop a certificate program for private applicators licenses, restricted use pesticide licenses, vet tech, veterinary tech certificates. Those are all things that we want to make available for the kids. And then lastly, our big dream is to be like Shoals. Maybe have someplace off campus where we could have some row crop research, small animal research, learning area for the kids. That's a long-term goal, but you never know. Things can happen fast, and we've got our ear to the ground, and we're looking at some places to try to make that happen. So to wrap it all up, we just wanted to be respectful and keep you in the loop. we're going to make this happen, and we hope that we can continue to have your support. And looking forward to what we can do. And again, we're not asking for money. We're just asking for permission to make it happen. So if there's any questions quickly, I can answer those. If not, get a hold of me anytime, and we'll keep working at it. And I appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Next, we have a project primary construction update with Michael.
Brant, you were right on 10 minutes, by the way.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board, Mr. Frank, and the community. I'm Michael Kincaid, this is Murphy. So we just had a really fun event. We had the groundbreaking ceremony of primary. I thought it really went well. And thanks for everybody for coming out and participating in it and all the leadership. I'll try to make this as quick as I can. Past 30 days, a lot of good things have happened. We started the building pad, or continued with the building pad, did some site clearing, cleared the trees, getting ready for the bus turnaround area, installed a new dish machine. Hope it's working now. Okay. Continued with some of the final design, and we just received the local permit today, and the state design release was Tuesday. So that's all big stuff, good stuff. So today was the groundbreaking ceremony. We're going to continue with a lot of site work, and we will be coming in soon to start the concrete foundations. The local electric company, big shout out, thanks to them, because they set the new poles in service for the radio tower. That's the first step to get those poles off the property you just purchased. Working on the new playground, setting the new equipment, and continuing with pricing. And we've had discussions about those alternates. So things coming up, I think they're pretty much on here. And we still have some design and buyout of some playground equipment and appliances and furniture and a few things, but we're coming around the corner. Any questions? Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Mike. And our final item for the information report this month is Evan Lips will provide us with a food service report.
I didn't bring it, I gave it to you guys.
Oh, it's just for them to see.
Yeah, just for them to
Okay.
read if they have questions.
So Evan prepared just a report of activities, and it's a real easy thing to read through. But a lot of good stuff is happening with our food service.
Absolutely, yeah.
This
We're having a good
semester
year.
too.
We're profitable, which you want to be, so you guys don't have to put money in. Next year, we're gonna have the new kind of redesigned high school menu called Crave. And probably in August, I'll come to that board meeting and give you more details on that, because we're still working out the menu and stuff. But yeah, some exciting things happening for sure.
Thank you. We can move on to the paper series.
Okay, thank you everyone for all the information items. At this time, we will open the floor up to any patron statements regarding our agenda topics. No one signed up. All right, we can move right along. We'll move into personnel. Start with the retirements.
I'd like to recommend the board accept the retirement of Julie Wadsworth, elementary teacher. Julie was hired by Washington Community Schools in 1997 and has 29 years of experience.
All right, so I have a recommendation to approve the retirement of Julie Wadsworth. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. Hedrick, second from Mr. McCormick. You won't have any questions? Just like to offer our thanks. That's a great career. All in favor of approval? 6-0. Resignations.
I'd like to recommend to the board that the following resignations be accepted. Gabriella Abanza Gardozo, elementary teacher, at the end of this current school year. Austin Girardelli, junior high art teacher at the end of this current school year. Anna Mendel, junior high math teacher at the end of this current school year. And Caitlin Mize, an elementary aide. Her last day was on March 13th.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve these resignations. Do I have a motion for that? From Mr. Miller, a second from Mr. Cornelius. Anyone have any questions regarding the resignations? If not, all in favor? 6-0. Leaves.
Would like to recommend that the board approve the leave request from Bailey Deerwester from April 13th to May 22nd.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the leave. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. Cornelius, a second from Mr. Omer. Questions? All in favor? 6-0. Appointments.
Would like to recommend that the board approve the following hires of certified staff. Ashlyn Krigbaum as a high school guidance counselor, Chelsea Bice as an elementary aide, and then the following teachers to serve as the summer IREAD, summer school remediation teachers that would start that week after the last week of school. Patricia Quinteros, Mary Saccarello, Tanya Jordan, Bridget Fellers, Ashley Dubon, Ayala, Chelsea Travelstead, Jordan Bennington, Amy Batten, Sydney Keith, and Sydney Stoll.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the list of appointments. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. Hedrick, second from Mr. McCormick. Anyone have any questions on those or any reason to vote individually? If not, all in favor? 6-0. ECA appointment.
Would like to make the recommendation for board approval for Alex Boyd to be hired as the next high school head boys basketball coach.
All right, I have a recommendation to approve the ECA appointment. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. Cornelius, second from Mr. Miller. Anyone have any questions on that? Just like to say it was a great interview process, and me personally can't be more excited about our future with Alex. All right, all in favor of approval? 6-0. Any other personnel items?
No other,
Any old business?
no old business.
Right, moving on to new business.
New business, I would like to recommend the board approval of the BPA National Leadership Conference. It's an overnight trip, so it does take board approval. Mr. Hancock will be leading just a few senior students down to Nashville, Tennessee, May 6th to May 10th.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the BPA trip. Do I have a motion for that? For Mr. Hedrick, second for Mr. McCormick. Do I have any questions on the Nashville trip? All in favor? 6-0. The beta trip.
Would like to recommend that the board approve the Beta Habitat for Humanity Awareness event, which is an overnighter in the Washington Junior High School gym. This is supervised by Jaden Barley and Sarah Kelso, and because it's an overnight event, it does require board approval.
Okay, I have a recommendation to approve the Beta overnight event. A motion from Mr. Cornelius, second from Mr. Hedrick. Do I have any questions on that one? All in favor? 6-0. The property acquisition.
Would like to make the recommendation that the board approve the NDOT, Indiana Department of Transportation, property acquisition resolution. So we provided to you the resolution, which essentially says that the board will accept the offer from the state NDOT of $6,600. And I added a thing to the board docs, but it's basically a sliver of land, and for the public, NDOT is beginning to acquire the land that's going to be needed for the 57 redo renovation project that they're saying right now is scheduled for 2029, but the purchasing agent said, don't be surprised if it gets pushed back even a year or two from that. I think 2029 has already been pushed back from an earlier year. But it's basically a sliver of land that essentially creates an easement for them to have that runs there along 57 in front of the junior high property. And then on the corners of Washington Upper, I'm spacing, is it Northeast 6th Street, where that meets 57. And the kind of the cool thing, I met the guy earlier this week, and they're essentially giving us money to improve that intersection. It'll basically modernize and make the intersection and the curbs and the sidewalks, new and larger. And so, recommending that we accept the dollars, and we probably won't see any action for 4 or 5 more years, so.
And again, we are selling them property. This is not us buying anything.
Yes.
Just to be clear for everybody. Okay, have a recommendation to approve the NDOT property acquisition. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. Miller, second. And Mr. Hedrick. Do I have any more questions on that?
When do we expect to receive the money? Will it take that many years, or is that
No.
immediate?
It'll be more immediate. So there's some documents, the resolution that I think will be passed around for you guys to sign, and then there's some other documents for me to sign. We'll submit that. I think they want the minutes from this meeting, so we'll wait till May when the board minutes are approved. And then he was telling me there's different ways we can receive it, as a check or an automatic deposit, but I took it as it would be before the end of this calendar year.
It's definitely a busy intersection, so improvements would be.
Did they say
Especially
crosswalks? Would they,
Yeah, he just said part of it at the intersections, the crosswalks will be improved, so they'll be better than what they are now.
Yeah.
But the pictures like on here, I mean, they're purchasing property that once it's all fixed and the sidewalks are put back, and he said, they'll grow back the grass, but then it's like an easement. It'll be on us to maintain the grass and everything there. So.
Looks like a good deal to me.
it's not that much grass to be.
Yeah.
All right, all in favor of approval of that? 6-0. All right, what do we got next? Surplus items.
Would like to recommend that the board approve the following surplus items. Our transportation department mechanic and fleet coordinator, David Alford, has presented to you 3 items: a 2012 bus that was a spare, and it's basically beyond repair at this point. A 2010 15-passenger yellow bus. I believe we purchased that on a special situation we needed for a special ed route. That route has ended, and it's again another situation of it's just got too many maintenance needs for us to try to fix. And then there's a 1989 utility trailer that hasn't been used in years, and we would like to surplus. So when we run the surplus list through the board, what that allows us to do then is to take these items to auction, and then try to gain some value from them in a sale at an auction.
Did we surplus anything from our meeting Tuesday, or we did that from
What was that?
the mixer or something?
Yeah, talk about taking it to Graver's auction.
Mike, what were those 2 items?
There were 2 items. There was a butcher block table and there was a tilt mixer.
Okay, so let's add those late, and if you can write that in so the minutes reflect that. But that was part of our facility project meeting on Tuesday, and I totally spaced adding that. But we did speak about that, and those are things we can take to the auction center and see if we can try to gain some value out of.
All right. Have a recommendation to approve the 5 items for surplus. Do I have a motion for that from Mr. Omer? Second from Mr. Hedrick. Do I have any other questions on the surplus items? All in favor? 6-0. All right, looks like we're gonna do a first reading on the handbook.
So this month is the first reading for the 26-27 student handbooks. And you can see there, it's the junior high handbook, the high school handbook, the elementary handbooks, which the 4 elementaries all use the same handbook. We have the Little Hatch preschool handbook. And then we also are presenting a virtual school handbook that will be used at the junior high and high school level for those students. We're looking at having a virtual option for kids that we have lost in the last year to homeschool. We'd like to recapture some of those kids to come home and obtain a Washington high school diploma through our virtual program. So that's what that's for. But I guess if anybody had any questions or feedback for us to take back to the admin team, or us to tweak anything, then we can bring that back to the May board meeting and finalize that and have that all ready to go for next school year.
Anybody have anything to offer on that? No, there's no action otherwise. It's just
a first reading.
Okay, so we'll move on to the textbook adoption.
I'm gonna let Dr. Peterson speak on this one.
Okay. So this is our year for high school or secondary foreign language adoption. So the request is attached. And then that also includes foreign language. And so the high school basically is going to adopt the Savas curriculum, which is what K-5 did. Grades 6 through 8 are gonna work on their own maps that they've, put together the last couple of years, so they're not gonna adopt anything. And then at the high school, there's also a new adoption for our honors and dual credit programs at the 9 through 12 level as well. So it's all attached in the reports.
So I'd like to recommend the board approve the textbook adoption as presented.
All right, I have a recommendation to approve the textbook adoption. Do I have a motion for that? Mr. McCormick, second from Mr. Hedrick. Want to have any question on the materials? Not all in favor of approval? 6-0. No other new business?
No other.
Anyone signed up to speak on non-agenda topics? All right, we'll move right past that to our information items.
Information items, next regular board meeting will be May 21st here at 7 p.m. Couple announcements. Just wanted to announce and recognize that we had 2 board members earn exemplary governance awards through the Indiana School Boards Association. These designations reflect the board members' participation in ISBA-sponsored professional development through the school year. That's Rob McCormick, earned a level 1 commendable. Tim Hedrick earned a level 2 advanced. We're going to check and see. He might even be a higher level than that. And Rob and Tim are going to join me and Garrett and attend the Jasper ISBA dinner meeting, and they'll receive their certificates on Monday night, and we'll get some pictures and celebrate that. So congratulations. Also want to wish a good luck to the Golden Pride, our indoor band program. They're at the world competitions this weekend, and that's in Northern Kentucky and Ohio, if I understand that right.
Cincinnati on Saturday, Dayton on Sunday.
Okay. So they've got a busy weekend. They did a nice performance Wednesday night for the public. And also want to wish our Hatchet Robotics team, we have 2 teams at state for FIRST Robotics, and that'll be going on this weekend up at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. That's all I have.
Anybody else have anything to offer?
Got the gala Saturday? Is that this Saturday?
That's right.
Yes, that's Saturday night at the 4-H.
A lot of time and effort put into that, and looking for a good night Saturday.
I'd like to thank everybody for being here, and I see Coach Boyd's got a lot of support out there. I think that's awesome to see. All right, if no one has anything else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr. Hedrick, second from Mr. Miller, all in favor? 6-0. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.